I'm tracking some breaking news this morning that's going to be all over your Facebook page and social media pages. President Trump laying the law when it comes to destroying historic monuments. He tweeted just an hour ago or so. He tweeted this saying, "I have authorized the federal government to arrest anyone who vandalizes or destroys any monument, statue, or other such federal property in the United States with up to 10 years in prison per the Veterans Memorial Preservation Act or such other laws that may be pertinent." Now, he went on to say this action is taken effective immediately, but may also be used retroactively for destruction or vandalism already caused. There will be no exceptions. Now, of course, you got a lot of response already to this, and this comes as weeks of protests sparked by George Floyd's death, protesters calling for police reform, also turning their attention to our country's past. They started tearing down monuments that some consider racist, especially those with connections to Confederacy. Advocates calling them symbols of hate, while defenders argue that they're historical artifacts. So a lot of people split here down the middle. You know, Chris, well over a week ago, the Christopher Columbus statue that was here outside our Capitol grounds was torn down, and Governor Walz said there will be consequences, but no word yet as to what those consequences are here locally.
Yeah, and I wonder how many people who are taking down these statues are going to actually listen to what the president says and take it, to stop, or if they're going to continue doing it. So we'll have to see on that. Thanks, Alicia.
Right.